late September 1816, shortly after the end of the War of 1812, a mysterious ship came up the Potomac River and landed behind it down there at the Alexander waterfront. Nobody knows where it came from. Under cover of darkness, the cool dock and screw the ship. The young couple gets out of the ship, look at husband and wife. Wife's in her early 20s, she's very, very ill. What illness she had, we don't know. Might have been something like typhoid fever. That's very common ocean voyages way back then. When the crew members waged down a passing carriage, the young couple was picked up and brought her to Gatsby's Tavern because lodging was available here way back then. The very ill young wife is placed in guess which room number? Number 8. Okay, a local doctor was summoned. Dr. Richards arrived late that night with two of his nurses to care for her. Now, around midnight, when all the staff members here were brought together, the husband does something very odd, strange, and eerie. He reveals every here who he was. He then reveals the identity of his wife up there in room number 8. He made every there take an oath. If this oath wasn't to him, this oath was to God. That promise never ever to reveal the secrets he has just let out. Whenever that very night kept the word, because decades later, all the same staff members here passed away. Believe it or not, those secrets have been buried here for over 2 centuries. All these years, there's all kinds of guesses and theories who they might have been, especially the young woman. What are the answers? All local mystery here. No one has ever managed to figure out yet. Well, despite the care she received, she's going to die a few weeks later on October 14, 1816. And all the time his wife's been dying, the husband's doing heavy drinking, heavy gambling. He's out to sign all kinds of papers. They kind of sort of had credit cards way back then. Way back then, they're known as promissory notes. He spends a great deal of money on her funeral expenses on this large memorial stone. The main inscription that stone says, "To the memory of a female stranger." That's all we know about. Now, she just happens to be buried way, way, way south of it down there at St. Paul's Graveyard. We're big on graveyards here, as I'll try to give you an opportunity to see later on. Okay? And I don't know if you guys have time while you're here. I know you probably have a tight schedule. I want you to see as much as you can. But if you're in the area, you know, something comes up. We have that free King Street trolley. You'll probably see it here while we're stationary. Absolutely free. It goes up and down King Street. So if you're up there by the Metro, and you get out there, walk a few blocks down Southwest Street, you'll find an awful lot of graveyards done. Lots and lots of graveyards. You'll see the rest in case of that female stranger I just described. A short time after the funeral services are held, the husband will vanish from sight around here. He was never, ever seen again. A few months later, up in New York City, there's a mysterious sighting. Somebody big in town here is up in New York on business. When I say big, think of mayor, doctor, lawyer, banker, clergyman, something like that. He's up in New York. He sees a man serving time in prison up there who looks an awful lot like the husband. I've been the same man, we'll never know. What we do know is my husband skipped town here, guess what? He didn't pay any of those bills. Yeah. Didn't pay for his wife's funeral expenses, didn't pay for medical fees, didn't pay for the lodge over there, he just left town. Okay, here comes Sheriff Barb. Let's come over here. Yeah, thanks. Everybody move forward. Thank you very much. Hi, Barb. How are you? Okay. Well, that put the staff members here in real bind because several people were owed money. Nobody's thrilled about it, but they're stuck with a problem. They did not take an oath to the husband, they took an oath to God. Now, they take an oath to the husband. Some here probably would have been so mad they would have spilled the beans. We'd have a legend of mystery here, right? They're all afraid. They took an oath to God. They think if I break that oath, my will get miserable. So all of a sudden, play it safe. They keep their mouths shut. They do their job. They go out there with the money. On top of that, they keep those secrets from their own dying days. Well, ever since she died up there, room to rate, October 1816, from time to time, up there, they have these historic soirees, like that George Washington. You know, these people, expensive outfits and all that. And then the women are dressed like Martha Wash and Dolly Madison. So we're talking dresses here from the late 1700s, early 1800s. This young woman has been known to suddenly, quietly, and mysteriously appear or walk in the Grand Ballroom during the main event. Now her dress doesn't match what they're wearing. Hers is more modern, like the year 1815. She has this thin veil covering her face, and up there who gets fairly close to her swears, they see the face of a young woman, early 20s behind her. When she rides that bomb, she doesn't speak anybody, she doesn't dance anybody, she doesn't eat anything, she doesn't drink anything, but she watches things upstairs there for a little while, then she vanishes the same way she arrived. It just so happens, not so many years ago, this young man here in town, he was a native Old Town, local kid, he grew up here. He's been raised on these stories since he's a little toddler. No two tourists ever same around here. We have tons and tons and tons and tons of stories. Well, not so many years ago, our young man, one evening, he's up there in the Grand Ballroom waiting for the event to open. All of a sudden, out of the room, he noticed the arrival of guess who? He kept an eye on her. He noticed after not too long, she's going to step that ballroom unnoticed by everybody else, and she goes down the hallway toward a certain room number. He follows her. He goes there, gets right into the room. He notices there's a candle burning on the windowsill. He goes in the room, and there's nobody there. Isn't this kind of strange? He goes downstairs, he tells the tavern keeper what just happened. The tavern keeper is not a happy man. Sir, there's nobody up there. And no, I've been up there for many, many years. Furthermore, we don't keep like candles on windowsills, that's a fire hazard. Well, that tavern keeper's done a real fit. He goes up to the room, number right beyond me. They ran in the room, and they notice there's an unlit candle on the windowsill. They go in the room, guess what? Nobody's there. Tavern keeper's reaction, ha! It's wasting my time. I got everything to do. He takes off. A young man stays behind, scratches his head, and he's wondering, what's going on here? And just out of curiosity, our young man goes over with his finger with the unlit candle on the windowsill up there to ruin the rig. What happened? Burned his finger, not candle. Who was that mysterious young female stranger? All kinds of guessing theories for over 200 years. Among the ideas out there, it's possible our young woman was part of a love triangle involving a wealthy English nobleman and a young Montage. Imagine several months before her death were over in England. Her father intends to go away and arrange marriage, which occurred not long ago. His father wants daughter to marry somebody rich and powerful. Maybe this man says love. Maybe his daughter runs off to America with a man she does love. Might happen, we haven't got any proof. Maybe our couple were French royal refugees. Maybe their family lost them to the guillotine in that bloody French Revolution, then the Red Terror came after. We haven't got any evidence. Maybe our couple were spies. French, British, let's say some event over there in Europe, like the War of 1812. They named like Napoleon, took Wellington, then a law of that. There's nothing to go on. Now, it just so happens there is one theory on her enough less stain on it. It's possible our young woman was the daughter of one of our most famous vice presidents way back then. This man is very, very popular in America today because of another man who's even more popular in America today. Both of these men like to have meals across the street view up there at Gadsby's Tavern today. They like to dance up there in that grand ballroom. Now, the particular man I'm focused on is one of our founding fathers. He's a very, very shadowy figure in American history. Back in the early days, the American Revolution, there were two young army officers serving up in New York under George Washington. And they fight lots of battles together against the British. In fact, in the Battle of Long Island, one man would save the life of the other man, who were the American president in New Jersey. Later in life, got to men that are older now, but still coming about the United States of America. They're going to be key figures in the major political parties way back then. And they might be bitter political enemies. Things get so bad, they fight a famous duel up in New Jersey in July 1804. One man mortally wounds the other. One man, he dies next day, he's only 47 years old. One of these men just hands me on your $10 bill. Yes, ma'am. Alexander Hamilton. Yep. Anybody else? Very good. Okay, everybody hear the name before? Alexander Hamilton, Aaron Burr. It's like around here, Kennedy Center. People pay big bucks for that. You know, musical called Hamilton, all that, right? Okay. Alexander Hamilton, that's our first money. That's our first Secretary of the Treasury. That's the man who invented Wall Street. The man who invented the American bank system. He thinks he invented the Coast Guard. Okay. That man's name is Aaron Burr. That's Thomas Jefferson's vice president. What most people do not know about Aaron Burr was his daughter, her name was Theodosia. Theodosia disappeared with a husband on board a ship from off the Carolinas on a hurricane a couple of years before the arrival of that mystery ship in Earltown I told you guys about earlier. So a lot of years, professionals around here reasonably, they survived a shipwreck down there hundreds of miles south of us. Somehow they made it to shore, came to the coast, and arrived here in Earltown to Alexandria. Now, maybe went down that way, we haven't got any proof whatsoever. We know one and a half things for sure here. Somewhere in time, maybe next time, they hold those festive balls upstairs there, that female stranger is going to make an appearance. It's going to happen. It's going to know when. And also say the same young woman buried southwest down there in St. Paul's, all these years, she's one of the husbands, the one who skipped town, didn't pay the bills, maybe the line, very special, maybe even joined her. We do know she dated this line down. Why is that so important? Just meant, right? I have no idea where she's saying that, and I don't need to know. You know, after her death, she goes out here in the Cap region looking for him. She goes to lodging places all over Washington, D.C. here, and she kind of sort of likes a certain room number. Guess what that room number is? Sometimes he selects a room, the numbers of which add up to guess what? Somebody here just might get a visit later tonight. Now, if anybody here is uncomfortable with that prospect, you got choices to make here. You get yourself another room, you get yourself a roommate, or you can try to tough it out. Tough it out is probably not your best solution. If any of you seriously think you will somehow manage, you get a nice late night, the female stranger pays a visit, good luck, pleasant dream. I hope nothing works out, but I have no control whatsoever. But seriously, you're not
Jump
standing a
out
ghost
the
of a chance.
window.
And because of that, wasn't a female stranger can into a door and intrigue right this very day. Barb, my colleague back there, she did me a favor because they departed that ice wall there on the side of the tavern, going back to George Washington. I'm going to give you guys a quick sneak preview of the South Route. This ice wall is very popular with kids who come here from our scavenger hunt. So everybody come over here, and you'll be able to get a quick look down there inside the ice wall. Here we go. So remember that room tonight you ran into either if it's
Ours don't add to 8, thankfully. Ours don't add to 8.
Anything else? Yeah.
If I miss something that you see, leave it in the comments.
That goes back to George Washington time. That's where you used to drop massive blocks of red ice back then, down here in the tunnel, so you could process the ice and then distribute it around. Because you didn't have air conditioning or refrigeration back then, you had to rely on ice. Now, okay, here's our next step, everybody. I'm going to count from 1 to 10. On the count of 1, I want you to safely go down there, look there in the window, be back up here to join me in the count of 10. Everybody got it? Ready? In fact, you know what?
Wait, there's a candle like just lit right there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's, okay, it's been there since 1785. Yeah.
Wait.
Okay, you ready? 1 Mississippi. And 2 Mississippi.
Go slower.
3 North Carolina. Take a look down there at the ice mountain.
You thought you could scare me.
That's a big old hole.
Yeah, that's the block where ice back in George Washington. Yeah.
They dropped them in there.
And
They dropped them in there from that